Guys, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back now. I'm sorry, I'm back. I had to take care of small business. Sorry. All right, I'm sorry. Uh, all right, I'm sorry once again, but I'm here now. I hope you're all doing good. Yeah, it's a Monday. I'm only streaming on this Monday. I have time to stream on this Monday, that you all know. So I hope the stream starts popping. We see Hunter Iggy here. Uh, so welcome to the AWO. I will be. I will be. Not. I won't be streaming Monday next week, but I'll be streaming on Fridays. This Friday, I'll be back to regular streaming on Friday. Tuesdays. Tuesdays. Basically, from Tuesdays to Sundays, I'll be streaming. Basically. So. So yeah, that's my schedule, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. What's up, sideways? This, yeah. For new and current subs, if you see what you like, make sure to sub. Please smash the like button down below. If you're interested in joining membership, please join membership down below. The join button is down below. 2 tiers. The second tier is not much more expensive than the first tier. If you do end up joining membership and sub, I appreciate it. I thank you for it. Obviously, it's really appreciated. Okay. More DC talk today. We're talking DC. I hope to see this group chat get bigger. Okay. Get a little bigger. Not group chat, I mean this chat. Hope to get more viewers watching than yesterday. Even though yesterday's stream, after the streams ended, it's getting some attention, which I appreciate. I know you just saw F1. I mean, I can't wait till that series goes 12. Has 12 movies. Okay. 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 Now I hope the grassy here. I need the grassy here. Tomorrow's no stream. I'll let you all know. Tomorrow is no stream. But there'll be video. If I think it's gonna happen tomorrow in Ironheart, there'll definitely be a video after Ironheart. And Ironheart, okay? Okay. There won't be a stream, but there probably will be a video after Ironheart. If the rumors, the speculation is true. Okay? But then there will be Wednesday, I will be seeing Jurassic World. When I go home, I'll do a non-spoiler review on Jurassic World, and then later that night on Wednesday, I'm seeing Jurassic World early in the afternoon, really, really early in the afternoon. But later that night, I'm gonna go over Ironheart, the as a spoiler review. So make sure you've seen the 6 episodes of Ironheart by Wednesday. If you care about spoilers. Okay. My one rule: if you care about spoilers, don't watch my streams for a while. If you don't care about spoilers, come watching. If you've seen it, well, yeah, watch. All right, so this is I blame Sideways for this. I'm kidding. Sideways is the one who brought this up, actually, in the AEW cult chat that I have with certain people that watch my channel. They're watching right now. Okay. So Sideways is the one who brought this up in the group chat. Okay. Sideways. He's the one who posted the subject. Is Vandal Savage the big bad of rumored teased to be the big bad of the first chapter, second chapter, first chapter of the DCU? The villain of Vandal Savage. Okay? You heard of Vandal Savage before. Most of the people that's probably watched the streams, my channel, have probably heard of Vandal Savage. Either read Vandal Savage in comics, seen him in animated shows, seen him in that animated movie Justice League Doom, whatever. But most of the people that watch my streams probably heard of Vandal Savage before. So I won't probably have to give a big background on the character. A big history lesson on the character for some people. We know. Most of us know what Vandal Savage is, right? Okay? So, Vandal Savage is a DC villain. He has been portrayed as a Justice League villain most of the times. So, I see where possibly he could be the big bad villain of the DCU, but I don't know. I really don't know if he will be. Okay, Justice League Doom, Young Justice, and Legends Tomorrow. So you only know from the live action stuff. Legends Tomorrow is Legends Tomorrow version of Vandal Savage is a vastly different kind of story, history, biography, backstory to what Vandal Savage is like in the comics and stuff. Okay, very vastly different. Okay. Justice League Doom is, he's kind of like the comic book version. Makes sense. He's immortal. Okay. He is immortal. Vandal Savage is immortal. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's Degrassi. He's immortal. What other Justice League? What other DC movie was it just recently? A couple years, when we first Flash. Was he in the Suicide Squad? Oh, there's Degrassi. Yeah, he might have been in the Suicide Squad. Yeah, I think he's one of the Suicide Squad recent Suicide Squad movies too. Okay, that takes place in the New 52. Yeah. Okay. That's what I think. Okay. I haven't really watched it, but it's possible. It's possible. And there, I see Degrassi in the chat. What's up, Degrassi? He also appeared in Young Justice. Yeah. Yes, he did. Okay. Now, Vandal Savage. No, not related to Randy Savage. Totally different people, totally different worlds, totally different universes. It's DC 1 million the DCU's Endgame. I don't know. Oh yeah, Justice League Doom was based off Justice League Doom. That movie was kind of based off Tower of Babel. They switched out Wells al Ghul with Savage, Vandal Savage. Okay, he has a daughter too. Hell to Pay. Thank you. That's what it is. He also has a daughter. Yeah, that's the thing. He also has a daughter in the comics who has Sandy Savage, who's I think Vandal Savage's daughter has a relation of Bane. Bane. Uh, yeah, so he's considered the first ever metahuman. And all right, super intelligent, but also very manipulative, right? He's a manipulator through time, through the millenniums. Okay, he he's arguably been there since the start of year one. Year one, you could say, or is it depends on incarnation. He's been classified as before he became the Vandal Savage's num. I wouldn't say he's a Neanderthal, but maybe caveman like, and he comes across. I think he came across. Is it? I might have been thinking of an asteroid savage. Let me make sure. It depends in which incarnation. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I believe he's. I believe the most common belief that Vandal Savage is finds a meteorite. Yeah, he finds a meteorite that has special things like powers, things like that. That you could say in words like nuclear, or radiation, and they gave him immortal like abilities, and where he can live long. He can heal. If you like cut, if you cut if you cut his face will heal. He'll literally heal. And so it also gave him super intelligence because I believe, if I'm correct, I believe he was a caveman. I want to say Neanderthal. He was a caveman. Cavemans are not Neanderthals. Neanderthals are dumb, really dumb, right? Really dumb. Cavemen, well, are not dumb, right? They're not stupid. They're but I wouldn't say they're intelligent either. They're pre-human, all that pre-evolution, right? If you believe in that stuff, whatever. That's not the point. So he comes across a meteorite where this meteorite has a glowing light, and it turns out that the glowing light is, I don't know what's called. I don't know if it's radiation, but he comes across, and all of a sudden he's immortal, and he has super intelligence in the world of caveman. Times a caveman, and also made him arrogant, cocky, sadistic, manipulative, right? Better than everybody else. And in a way, kind of like a god. Kind of a little similar to Apocalypse, a little bit, because Apocalypse was considered the first ever mutant in X-Men lore, and he was able to get away with that, fooling the people back then into believing he's an actual god. And throughout the years in the DCU, DC world, whatever, he's been behind the scenes in a lot of things. A lot of bad things. A lot of wars, a lot of wars, a lot of collapsed societies, a lot of rises of empires or destruction of empires, collapsed societies, like I said, wars, world wars. There's been incident times where he might he. There's been times where he's possibly the reason why World War II happened. That he influenced Hitler and other warlords like Genghis Khan, maybe even Julius Caesar. I mean, like things like that. He was around maybe the Roman times, around ancient Rome when they were trying to conquer different parts of the world. Like that's how. That's like so. I don't know if he's President Lincoln or not. Okay, so and yeah, and he is definitely could be as old as he could be like yeah older than the freaking Amazons, right? The Amazons are immortal, but he could be around a lot longer than the Amazons. Okay, he could be around. Okay, so and he is a very skilled fighter too, combat wise, marksman, with swords, things like that. Because obviously he should be. He should be right. Savage is a million years old in the comics. Gunshots DCU lore seen as metahumans discovered in the 18th century. Clever misdirect. Yeah, he could be hiding it, Degrassi. He could be like Savage is very intelligent, right? He's super intelligent. He's one of the most intelligent villains in DC. So he can find a way. Yeah, Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great. Yeah. So yeah. And that's why throughout the times. So I think he's a great. I think he'd be a great villain for this. And obviously, he has to be very skilled. I mean, look, if he's been around this, I wouldn't be surprised if he trained in different combat fighting, like how the Greeks fought, how the Mongolians fought, how the Chinese or Japanese fought, how like the ancient Romans fought, ancient Romans, ancient Greeks, whatever. Because he's been around for a million years, so he should know knowledge of all that. You know how we say like Batman knows every single form of martial arts? You guys are gonna be saying Vandal Savage should know almost every single form of any kind of combat skill or training because he's been around for millions of years. Okay. Now this comes from the direct. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up. It comes from the direct. Okay, not dark side. Not dark side, guys. Not dark side. Yeah, it's not gonna be dark side, and I'm gonna fix this. Okay, get rid of this banner. That's better. Now, what is this down below? I'll get rid of this too. Okay. Not dark side, guys. Not dark side. If you okay, not dark side. All right, let's read this. I'll read it. James Gunn's DCU talking about Métis God of Monsters Big Bad, and it's not dark side. James Gunn is revealing more about his DC universe, including a fact about the timeline that Métis a major villain. And they have to emphasize it that it's not dark side. They have to right. They have to let people know it's not dark side. Okay, and it's not dark side. That's really gonna piss off the Snyder fans, huh? Well, like you see, Mongol before Darkseid live action, animation, however, is a different story because you can't have a Mister Miracle without Darkseid. That's true. That's true. You cannot have him. That's true. You cannot Mister Miracle. You need a Darkseid in it. At least in some aspect. You need at least Darkseid in it. I was expecting DC Justice League film based on the origins, on the original origin or the anime series origin. You know what? It's too early to speculate what the Justice League movie will be right now. James Gunn is finally dropping nuggets about his DC universe ahead of the release of Superman, including an important date on the timeline that could reveal who the franchise heroes will face off against at the end of Chapter 1 in God of Monsters. Okay. Before taking over the DC Before taking over the DCU, Gunn's only experience with comic book characters came while playing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe sandbox. Marvel Studios had a specific plan from the start, kicking off its franchise with Iron Man, which saw Tony Stark become a hero and learn more about the amazing world he lived in. It read more about characters who wore Iron Man armor. Well, I'll say this: when Iron Man 1 came out, I don't think the plan was. I don't think they had an idea of doing Thanos as a big bad of the Infinity Saga. I don't think they were thinking of, yeah, Iron Man 1 is going to kick off the Infinity Saga. I don't think they were thinking that. Okay, it's Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 is when they decide. Yeah, it's when they start kicking off the MCU basically, right? Like, okay. I don't think when Iron Man 1 came out in 2009 or 2008, they were thinking about Thanos at the time. Clearly, when they got to close, when they were doing Iron Man 2, they did. Did Gunn explain why he named the chapter Gods and Monsters? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's a good question. I'm not sure. That's a very good question. Okay. To avoid any comparison, Gunn is taking a different approach. Earth's residents and the Superman have known about metahuman for 300 years, viewing them more like celebrities than terrified beings that could do harm to them. That's a yeah. Okay, yeah, that's the difference. Yep, for sure. That's true. That's true. They're already established. It's going to give Superman a very different feel, with Man of Steel having to find his place in the world that already has impressive roster of heroes. However, there's even more to it, and that is the idea of metahumans being in the public eye for hundreds of years is a specific one. Okay. Just imagine an entire interdimensional prison full of metahumans, reprobates, escaping from cities underground into a world populated by superheroes. You make the Phantom Zone? That'd be interesting. That'd be awesome. Like, a huge prison break, huge Phantom Zone prison break. They, all the villains, all the inmates of the Phantom Zone. I can see that. I can see like Lex 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 has the projector that sends that opens the Phantom Zone. I can see Lex being like the one accidentally releasing all the prisoners into the onto Earth or whatever, or not accidentally, on purpose maybe, on purpose. Okay. Gunn isn't saying that they showed up on Earth 300 years ago, 300 years ago, but that humanity became aware of them. And that means it's safe to assume that they've been around than that, possibly as far back as prehistoric times. I mean, yeah, we saw clearly in a Creature Commandos, they knew about metahumans for centuries. I know a lot of people are going to see this movie, haven't probably watched Creature Commandos, but in case you have, Creature Commandos, they have flashbacks scenes, and yeah, metahumans were kind of a normal thing centuries ago. Okay. That probably seems like a stretch, but a major DC villain gained incredible power tens of thousands of years before modern times and spent most of his life plotting and scheming behind the scenes. And if he's active in the DCU, it's not going to mean good things for Superman and Co. Co. Yeah, I see the 16 drawing. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's Vandal Savage. He's a behind the scenes kind of person. Behind always, always, always does that. Is always behind the scenes, manipulating everything, events, currents, events that go his way, all for whether it's power or profit. He's basically the ultimate warlord, dictator, warlord, whatever. All right, so yeah, Vandal Savage is everything that Chapter One of the DCU needs. Okay, and why is that? After interacting with the meteorite, Vandal Savage became immortal. He realized that by acquiring skills and information, he could influence events around the world and benefit himself. Yep, that's Vandal Savage. Yeah, that's something Vandal Savage. That's right. Savage wore many hats, including being a pharaoh, a pirate, and a king. When he hung up his coat, though, he would have leave devastation in his wake. Yep. He always takes on different personalities during his immortal years, living throughout millenniums. By the Golden Age, heroes in the DC Universe were getting wise to Savage's schemes and challenged them. He battled the Justice Society in the 1940s and later found himself at odds with the Justice League. That'd be interesting. While the villain didn't possess Superman's strength or Flash's speed, he had centuries of knowledge that gave him an edge. It also didn't hurt that he was proficient in just about every form of combat. I did say that. He should. I did say that he. I wouldn't be. He should have be proficient in every form of combat. For obviously, if you were being immortal for over 10,000 years, yeah, it makes total sense. It would look really stupid. It would look really stupid if he's lived for that long and he's not proficient in combat. The sort of villain is exactly what DCU needs to stand out against its competitors. Gunn can mold Savage into anyone he wants and have him be part of every major event in the franchise before releasing him fully. That's not bad. However, the thing Savage really has going for him is that, unlike Darkseid and Lex Luthor, there's almost no baggage. A good number of DCs have already been done on the big screen. In most cases, they fail to hit the mark. Who are you saying there, buddy? Who are you saying? Who's failed to hit the mark? Savage, on the other hand, only has one major live-action appearance under his belt. He tormented the heroes of the Arrowverse during the Heroes Joined Forces crossover before making the jump to the first season of Legends of Tomorrow, but that was nearly a decade ago, and it wasn't like the CW version of the character was anything to write home about. Yeah, I remember I was watching that version. It was different. A lot of time travel in that first season of Legends of Tomorrow with Vandal Savage. I think a lot of the original plans for Kang was going to be like that. Time travel on a greater budget, obviously on a Disney's budget compared to a CW budget, or at the time Warner Brothers budget. The villain story in Arrowverse focused on his pursuit of Hawkgirl and Hawkman, which started 100 years ago in the past. There wasn't much more to it than that, though, meaning there were plenty of notable comic book stories to draw inspiring from that had to be touched live action. Yeah, that was his obsession. His obsession in the Arrowverse was Hawkgirl and Hawkman. Yeah, he was I think he was first introduced back in ancient Egypt. I don't think he was a pharaoh, but I think he might have been like a shaman, a priest, well, a mystic, or something like that. What if he's a villain in the rumored Batman Superman World's finest film, and that film is the final film, Chapter 1? I don't think so. I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's. I think it needs to take more than just Batman Superman to take down somebody like Vandal Savage, because Vandal Savage can have a plan, and He may have other villains that he influences, that he convinces to to align himself with. Like you watched the Justice League, Young Justice, right? Remember Vandal Savage? No, remember Vandal Savage, Lex Luthor, Black Manta, Deathstroke, Granny Goddess, Darkseid. Remember, they're all working together. They're all working together in Young Justice. Remember that? What if it's something like that? What if there's something like that in Young Justice? Season 3. I think it was season 3 when what were they called? What was the group, what was the team of villains called? It wasn't. Yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm happy Degrassi. Yeah, the thing about CW is they had to kill off some characters because they were using live action, like Deathshot. They killed off the CW's version of Deathshot because of Will Smith. And now CW is owned by somebody else now. So they were, the light, yeah, the light, and that. No, it was called the Light, Degrassi, the Light. So I was right. In Young Justice season 3, there was the team of the Light, and it had like Lex Luthor, Vandal Savage, Granny Goodness, Gritty Goodness, Darkseid. It had a lot of the major DC villains working together. Even Deathstroke, Black Manta, a lot of the major DC villains together. Like major DC villains working together. And Granny Goodness pretended to be like some big shot in Hollywood. Like she was like I don't know what was she in Hollywood. She was participating something in Hollywood as like what would I call her? Well, yeah, remember that she was like not a director or producer, but she was somebody in Hollywood, pretending to be somebody in Hollywood as her disguise on Earth. Young Justice was weird. Doom Patrol and Teen Titans fought the Brotherhood of Mutants. The X-Men fought the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Oh, did you hear? Did you see John Cena's quote? John Cena's quote wants a DC and Marvel movie together. Yeah, the light. John Cena wants DC and Marvel to do something together. He compares here superheroes to comic book characters. He kind of want and how the comic book movies world in the Western world is not so different in some ways, but he kind of wants Marvel and DC to work together. Degrassi, you weren't here yesterday, but I was doing a Grace Randolph video. Degrassi, sideways. You're gonna have a laugh at this. Grace Randolph said, John Carter inspired George Lucas to do the Star Wars film. It was inspiration for a Star Wars film and Superman gang film back in the 1970s. And I went to go check. John Carter on Mars. I went to go check. John Carter was first issue. John Carter was in 1977, and I'm like, Star Wars came out the same year, right, Grace? John Carter. She literally said John Carter was an inspiration for George Lucas's Star Wars and gang Superman on the Christopher Reeve Superman film. If it wasn't for John Carter back in the 70s, Superman wouldn't be on film. She literally said that. And John Carter came out in 1977. The first comic John Carter in 1977. The same year Star Wars came out. How can George? Okay. She did that about Superman movie that came out a year later. How does I'm like Grace. John Carter has no influence on those two having movies come out, especially. Okay, like there's nothing there. And well, was it not the comic? The comic. Oh, 1913. Yeah, but okay, but it was originally Marvel. Marvel made a comics version. Okay, John Carter 2 came out 2013. But she also says some other. She's she's downplaying Fantastic Four. She thinks Fantastic Four is going to make like 400 million, 400 to 500 million, based upon Thunderbolt or Brave New World. Okay, that's funny though. Like her Fantastic Four, her Fantastic Four take 400 to 500 million. That's what she thinks. That's what she thinks. That's not going to be good. Marvel will not accept 400 or 500 million for Fantastic Four. They will not accept that. And Marvel Studios will not accept 400, 500 million. They can't. They won't be happy with that outcome. That outcome, because if they do end up with 400 to 500 million, the box office for Fantastic Four, uh, heads are gonna roll. Heads are gonna roll. I don't care if Edge of Doom is coming a year and a half later. Heads are gonna roll. Heads are gonna roll. Bob Iger should not be happy. Would not be happy. Would not be happy. And the first guy he's gonna look at is Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige. Okay, Kevin Feige is that guy. Sorry. Look, okay. Fantastic Four. I told Grace, Fantastic Four is a lot more popular. The brand of Fantastic Four. Now the movie's otherwise, but the brand of Fantastic Four is a lot more popular than the brand of the Thunderbolts. And Fantastic Four, honestly, Fantastic Four was always a lot more popular than Captain America. The brand of Fantastic Four to me was a lot more popular than Captain America. I just felt the Fantastic Four brand was bigger than Captain America. I know. I seen it. I seen it. It's a man baby. I didn't see it, but I seen the thumbnail. She's an idiot. She's an idiot. Okay. That's why I made the comment about the dog in the group chat. Okay. Okay. All right. So you know, I think people forgetting in that clip that crypto is a puppy. A puppy. And that clip that was released yesterday of them in there's a new clip released today, but that clip released yesterday in the Fortune Solitude with the robots and crypto, where crypto was being, biting on Superman or whatever. Yeah, possibly sideways, right? Crypto was being, not crypto. Obviously, is a puppy. Is a puppy. I know you don't, Degrassi, but I don't think you think it's going to be a financial disaster, though. But people are forgetting crypto is a puppy in that in Superman. Puppies we are like that, okay? Okay? Puppies are like that, okay? Now, it's like nobody had a puppy before. You're like, you never had a puppy before? Puppies are like that. Okay? Puppies act like that. That's why they need to be taught discipline, right? That's why they go to school and when they get older and they learn, to sit, lie down, paw, whatever, right? You teach them the discipline. Hey, Anthony, that people picking any like Superman is just acting like a normal person towards a puppy. A puppy. Crypto's a puppy in that film. Okay, Crypto's a puppy in that film. Okay, Crypto's a puppy in that clip, and Superman. And Crypto is not the first dog Superman has lived with, right? I'm pretty sure Crypto. I'm pretty sure on the Kent's farm, on the farm where he grew up, I'm pretty sure they had a dog, too. I believe in our incarnations of Clark Kent growing up, he had a dog, right? His parents always had a dog, right? They always had a dog. Most farms have a dog, right? It's a really ridiculous. People are making big deals about that. Superman is not allowed to feel frustrated, guys. Frustrated or annoyed. Okay, he's not allowed to feel annoyed, right? Superman is not allowed to. Superman is not like Batman. Batman is very good at ignoring stuff. Superman is not. Okay. Um, but it's fucking ridiculous. People getting so butthurt about how Superman is reacting to a fucking puppy. That right? I'm sure anybody in the chat who had a dog that was a puppy at one point, the puppy acted this way and needed to be taught, learned as they get older. And I'm pretty sure even people that love their dogs get frustrated get frustrated get frustrated when your dog is being a menace. Okay, okay, it's part of the process. You know what the thing is? Raising a puppy. You know what raising a puppy is? It's like having a child, raising a baby. Raising a puppy is like raising a baby. Okay, right? A young child. You gotta teach them. You gotta teach them. They'll learn to walk, they'll learn to crawl, but you gotta teach them manners, what's right and wrong, and they have to learn their own. With dogs, raising a dog is like raising a child. Okay, okay, but dogs might be more loyal to you. Okay, so and I'm sure parents get frustrated when they're raising a young child. A young child, they're gonna have to wake up every night. You know, I'm sure Degrassi. I don't know if Degrassi got his dogs when they were puppies, but if he did, I'm sure there was times where he was frustrated when they were puppies, dealing with them. Okay, you okay? Exactly, exactly. Like, man, these people have issues with that. God, I hope they never have dogs. Dogs. Every single clip is gonna trigger these people. Trigger these people. Trigger these people, man. Seriously, every single clip. I wonder if today's clip triggers anybody. See? Yeah. Like, exactly. Like, hello? 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 They just want to hate for the sake of hating, right? For the sake of hating. So they'll find anything to hate. And then exactly, Degrassi. Like they just want to find something to hate. So they'll find, especially on Superman. So they'll find any clip just to hate on something that's ridiculous that makes them look bad. Like, do you not know normal life? Seeing regular life, what regular life is like? Okay, like, yeah, we don't live in a world with people with superpowers or anything like that, but we do live in a world where dogs were once puppies and how they acted and how sometimes people got frustrated with it. People got frustrated. Okay? Okay? So like these people need to grow up. They need to grow up and stop being babies over a clip. Okay? Because no normal sane YouTuber on YouTube. I'm sorry, I'm doing it, but no normal sane YouTuber goes talks about a clip. Talks specifically about a clip. Really. Really. But they do. Oh, is that your third dog? I'm sure there's people hating on the clip that came out today. Came out today. And they are, and there's people reacting to now this interviewer. Now the interviewer, if you saw the clip with the interviewer, that was trying. Clearly, the interviewer was trying to rage bait David Cornsat as saying something clearly about the Snyderverse, about Man of Steel. The interviewer asked over David Cornsat, would your Clark Kent saved Kevin Costner's character from the tornado? And I like David Cornsat's answer, where he basically deflected it to talking about Twisters, how's his character, how about his character in Twisters, because that was a tornado movie too, right? So he kind of, he didn't give in. Like he joked about it, but he wasn't being a jerk or anything to the interviewer, but he knew what the interviewer was doing. He knew the interviewer was trying to rage bait him. It's not like the cast of Superman know about the Snyderverse and know there's hate towards this movie, and he wasn't going to give any more ammo. And that interviewer was clearly trying to bait him into saying something. And while up a certain group of fans, while up haters, that interview knew what he was doing. And David Cornsat didn't fall for that. Didn't fall for that. I guess that question passed the publicist inspection when you interview movie stars. Usually there's the questions have to be inspected and not inspected. Yeah, inspection. There has to be an inspection of what questions to ask. I guess that one passed. Or he just snuck it in there. I mean, it happens. I mean, that happened to Brie Larson. I don't know. Brie Larson almost got baited. Remember that debacle? Brie Larson almost got baited. Now, I don't know if she wants to go back to Marvel. I don't really think she wants to go back to Marvel, and it's probably because of people like that. But I think she'll be back in Marvel. I don't know if she wants to go back to Marvel. She's in America still, though. I don't know. But okay, I know we know what that guy was trying to do. Rage bait. Try to get an answer out of David Cornstead that'll rile up some fans. Come on. Can they not talk about Man of Steel? Please talk about this super movie. All right, but back to Vandal Savage. Ooh yeah, the Vandal Savage train. Vandal Savage, yeah, he will be a formidable foe to the MCU, not MCU, to the Justice League. Sure, he's intelligent, hyper intelligent, or super intelligent. Okay, and he'll definitely find ways to take on people like Superman. He'll be manipulative that way. He will always fight Superman. Same with Lex, not Lex, with other DC characters, Batman, Wonder Woman. He'll find ways because he's been around for a lot longer than anybody in the DC world. So he has huge amounts of experience. By save his life, I mean that because the owners had no money and wanted to euthanize him, she refused and asked if they would release the dog to her to save his life. Oh, so they couldn't. They couldn't. So, oh my god! So they couldn't. Yeah, I mean, so they couldn't him. So they couldn't. Also, they had no money, so they couldn't take care of him. But but the first thing to them was to enthusi- enthusiasm and not think about if anybody else and not think about anybody else wants to take the dog. Like that's their first thought is about that instead of looking for someone or some family to take the dog in. I mean, like I understand they maybe not having the money to take care of the dog, but having a thought like that before having a thought like that before. Oh, they did, and then she performed emergency exploratory surgery on him, and he's sitting at her clinic. Ah, I see. I'm sorry. Like this is a little better stream today, but it's funny. Vandal Savage. I don't think it's funny, but I think it'd be interesting how they could incorporate Vandal Savage in this world in the DCU. I mean, there's a picture of the Justice League Hall of Justice. They released Hall of Justice was released today. Oh, yes. I'm watching it right now, Degrassi. You have a cat too? Oh, yeah, there's a cat there too. That's the office cat. Ah, office cat. Your office cat. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Two cats live in the clinic. Wow. They own the place, right? The cats really own the place. All right. I don't know what else to talk about. I just want to talk about that. I thought there could be more people in the chat. No disrespect to you guys. I appreciate you guys being here, but I thought there'd be more people. I don't know what. Oh man, yeah, short stream. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I will have a video tomorrow. I definitely will have a video out tomorrow. Okay, I will have a video out tomorrow. It's gonna be a late video though, a very late video, and there will be a Ironheart spoiler stream Wednesday night. Okay, and Jurassic World non-spoiler review video Wednesday. And then Thursday, I have no idea what I'm gonna do Thursday. Okay, I'll think of what I'm gonna do Thursday. No idea what I'm gonna do Thursday, but it will be stream Thursday, stream Friday, and Saturday, Jurassic World spoiler review stream. Yeah, Brainiac and Mongol Brady Heat. But that's my plan for this week. Video tomorrow. Usually I will stream. Usually I stream on Tuesdays, but video tomorrow. Video Wednesday. Video most likely Thursday and Friday. Stream Wednesday will be stream Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday will be on our stream. Thursday, Friday is Saturday and Sunday. Friday is a Let's Talk Pop. I'll be talking about Let's Talk Pop, my pop culture show, and Sunday will be the tracking stream. But so that means technically Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays will not, and Saturdays will not be those kind of streams. Okay, so 4 out of 6 streams will be regular style streams, where Friday and Sundays will be episodic streams. And when I do detracting streams, I always feel free to give me videos to look at. Please. All right. Like, share, subscribe, comment.